What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. We're going to be breaking down the futures contract per usual. Today was a whole lot of Chopsville. Once again, didn't do a whole lot except for lose money. That seems to be the theme for the end of this year, is just kind of light this shit on fire and watch it burn. Chopsville, not a whole lot happened today. Just kind of early on was a very volatile session for the first three time frames of the day, first four time frames of the day. Had a reversal bar in D period after taking out the previous day's high, and we came back in pretty aggressively and then just chopped around. I mean, we did nothing. We established another wide point of control here, so it's kind of interesting to see over the last several days we've had wide points of control. I can't tell you the last time I remember seeing several wide points of control in the same range. We had the one wide point of control here back from the other day on the 30th. We have this 9 wide point of control up here. We have this 10 wide point of control here. And now we have a 11 wide point of control around the 71.75 level. So very interesting to say the least. Value, just I'm basically calling it unchanged for the day. Not a whole lot for me to review here. The only trades that looked like they were good were early on in the day when we we had opened up below the 10 wide point of control, didn't get the overnight low. Got the low of day. Actually, did we get the overnight low? I can't remember. Let me put this in the full session real quick. I can't remember exactly. Apply, okay. So that would be a negative. We did not get the overnight low. So yeah, we didn't get the overnight low, right? Couldn't get the previous day's low. So because we opened below that 68.25, that was your magnet to the upside, right? So once we got back above the open, take the long to get back to the 10 wide point of control, and then your next destination on the upside would be the high day at 79.75. And then we had single prints in B period that you could lean against in C. Once we opened up in C, had a little bit of a pullback, could have taken that for a ride up. And then in D period, you could have taken a long above the previous day's high. On a pullback, you would have to have been quick to take profit, because this thing came in rather aggressive. And then that's where we did a lot of volume today. A lot of chopping was basically in that range where we pulled back from. So within that 30-minute time frame, from 10 to 10:30 and forward, we did nothing but chop basically between those two highs and lows, right? We had been one time framing up, had a reversal bar, stopped that, went to balance, and then just basically chopped around. Had a back test of the opening, actually had a long initially around that level, made money on it, and then where I got caught up was on the short side. Once again, trying to get short, not expecting it to grind up as much as it did, and got caught in a blender. Just chopped around for several hours, adding to my position and going nowhere, only to lose money. So that's it. Daily remains in balance. We'll briefly look at that after we mark our destinations here. Like I said, there's really not a whole lot to review. I'm having a very difficult time reading this type of market. I mean, it's one of the more difficult markets to try to read right now, is when a market is in balance. Like, we're in balance in the bigger picture, right? For the monthly, the weekly is still healthy, one time framing up. We're looking, or at least the sellers are looking, to take out last week's low, which is down at 44.75. So sellers are looking to take that destination out on the downside, but each time we push down there, we just can't quite get there. I mean, we tried back here on the 4th or yesterday, couldn't get that 44.75. Today, we couldn't even take out the previous day's low, right? So it just goes to show you that buyers are still kind of propping this market up. It's just a matter of how long are they going to stay propping this market up. I don't know if it's because of the rollover that's causing it's hard. It's a hard market to read, to say the least. I don't know. I mean, in the bigger picture, I guess, you want to see the market go up, right? Everybody wants to see the market go up. So maybe we're starting to get some believers in that the market will go up. We have today's low of day down here at 58.25. I need to get that fixed. 58.25. Today's low of day. Then we have a 11 wide point of control right here at 71.75 or 72. Doesn't really matter. It's a wide point of control within this range. 11 wide puck. So tomorrow, buyers want to open up above the 11 wide point of control, take out the high day at 85.40 or 85.50. I need to fix that. I don't know why I left it as 48. 85.50, and then get that 9 wide point of control at 98, and then get the daily weekly high at 46.07, which is also our daily balance high. Okay, for the downside, sellers want to open below 71.75, take out today's low. We get that. You should easily get 53.50. If we get that, then you're looking at last week's low at 44.75. Below that, 37.75, and then the low of day down here at 45.24.50. Buyers do not want to start one time framing on the daily. Okay, for me, we will begin doing that. I think I'm going to adjust my daily balance, but for me, we will begin to do that if you break down below 37.75. But I think I'd rather say that the market will be down once we take out this low here. Where's my little thing at? If we take out 44.75, okay? So if we take out 44.75 on the daily time frame, which is also that weekly low, right? So 44.75, previous week's low, which would stop the one time framing up on the weekly time frame, and then begin to one time frame down on the daily. That looks like a better situation to me. Is this a case where we just chop around for a little while into next week? Because I do believe we had the Fed or some shit. I don't know. Coming out next week. No idea. We could continue to chop inside this range, but nothing changes until we either take out 46.0775 on the upside, or we take out 44.75 on the downside, which would be the either one is a pretty large feather to have in a cap, for the buyers or the sellers. So hopefully, going forward, I'll do better. I'm going to this is more or less for myself, so if you're still listening, goodbye. But I'm going to get back to journaling. I used to journal a lot of my trades. I felt like that helped me out a lot. But over the recent months, I've just stopped journaling all my trades and checklists and everything of that nature. So I'm going to get back to that. I got to get better at sticking to my stops, taking better risk reward trades. So, for example, right now we're in a balanced market. So trades that I'm not going to be looking to take are going to be trend trades while we are within this balance. I don't think taking trades against, I'm not going to rely on, I'll take trades against it, but I'm going to be more cautious. But I'm not going to rely on single prints, and I'm not going to rely on afternoon rally highs or afternoon pullback lows while we are in a balance on the daily time frame. Okay. I need at least 2 time frames is how I'm going to look at it from here on out, is I need at least 2 time frames in the larger picture moving in the same direction in order for me to trust trend, such as afternoon rally highs and afternoon pullback lows, and single prints to lean against. Because those don't hold very often. Trend only holds some 30% of the time. So the other 70, we're not holding that trend. So I'd rather wait to see if that trend fills, what we do after that point, and then take the trade from that point forward. Trades that I will look to take while we are in a balance is fading edges or extremes. Unless, of course, there are stipulations of unless, of course, we are holding trend, and it's one of those rare days where we're a holding trend. So, for example, we take out 44.75 and we're holding a trend day down, meaning we're holding single prints. I'll be more likely to not fade the edge or the extreme, or if I do initially, I will be very, very quick to either A, take profits, or B, get out of the trade, which is something I'm going to work on even more so, which is accepting my loss. It's not so much more so accepting my loss. It's more or less thinking about it differently. It's just one trade. I got to make sure that I'm not risking too much on that trade. I got to get back to kind of watching my risk. Here recently, I've been taking trades that I normally wouldn't be. I've been paying attention to this freaking 1 minute chart too often. So I think I'm going to go back to just looking at my 30-minute and my 15-minute charts, and then try to refrain from taking trades around points of control. Today, that's where I got caught up, is I ended up taking a short near point of control. Definitely would have been better off taking, the fade on either side here of value, excuse me, to come back into that point of control. So a fade would have been taking the long against the low day at the time at 58, right? You're trading at 61. Point of control is up here at 70. You take the trade, you make 9 points and get out, right? You're risking 4 points to the downside and you made 9. It's a very good trade. Now the short was not the better trade, but you could have taken a short a few times around 76 to come back into 70, 71. And then you're using, say you use, this is where things get difficult, but say you use the previous day's high at 79, you risk 3 points to come back in and make 4 points. Not the best risk reward. And that's with anything. When you're trading inside of the previous day's range and value, you're going to have the worst of your risk reward. So that's something I got to keep in mind, and just be better. Here recently, I've just been kind of gambling. For why, I do not know. So that's something I'm going to be better about going into the new year, as that is coming up. So things I'm definitely going to be working on. I'm just going to reiterate. Hopefully these are some goals of yours as well. If you are a trader and watching this, and if you're not, then hopefully you have goals of your own that you can look forward to into the new year. And not only because it's a new year, but because every year, each and every single year, you should be looking to do at least one thing to better yourself. Okay. For me, it's several things that I could do to better myself mentally, physically, spiritually, right? There's always things that we can do to better ourselves. So for me right now, mentally, it is with trading, and I definitely got to be better about the things I just listed, which is better risk, right? Accepting losses, and journaling more. Okay. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I really hope you all have a wonderful day. And if you're struggling out there, just keep your head up. I know it's not easy coming from, myself, excuse me, I got crap in my throat. I'm getting sick again. But coming from somebody who struggles day in and day out to just kind of be themselves a lot of the time, it's going to be all right. Don't be afraid to take the risk and take the chance. Do you, and everything's going to be A-O-freaking-K. All right. So have a wonderful day, all. Catch you guys in the next one.